All right, I have an app I want to deploy to the App Store, which is for St. Coletta of Wisconsin. Um, now, the St. Coletta of Wisconsin provides housing for over 400 special needs adults. And they also provide transportation for those adults whenever they need to go somewhere. We provide transportation using quite a number of vehicles that were given to us, to St. Coletta, by a grant from the Department of Transportation. Now, the DOT requires that we send back information as far as how these vehicles are used to verify that they are used for the purpose intended. So we need to send back data as far as trips that were taken, locations that were visited, miles driven, a number of clients transported, and the purpose of the trip, that kind of information. So that's the purpose of this app, is to collect that kind of information. All right, so it'll only be downloaded by St. Coletta employees, so no use by the general public. The app comes up initially looking like this. There's a start, save, and save, stop, and end button, which is basically the start. You click the start button to begin a trip. Each stop along the way, you press save, stop, and when you're done, you collect end. And during the trip, we also collect data, and that'll be a screen that pops up soon here. There's also a little video that I won't play. In fact, it's not ready yet, but there's a little button there to play a demo video to teach employees how to use the app. So if you press the start button, it begins the trip, and it may request to use your current location, so we'll ask that. But this is the data screen that pops up. You enter the driver name and a vehicle number. Each one of our vehicles has a number. And the purpose of the trip, there's several different choices here to pick from. We'll pick education. And there's a place here to indicate the number of clients that are being transported in various categories. Under non-senior, which is basically under age 55, both ambulatory and wheelchair. You press the little plus button, and it'll add one to ambulatory, etc. Same thing with wheelchair. You press the minus button, and it'll subtract from that. And for seniors, 54 or over 54, the same deal. You can do that. Okay. Now there's an override stop address. You can, if the well, just say once you enter this information, you press save stop, and it will record that information, your current location, and the information that you've entered, and give you a confirmation that it's saved. Now, each time as the trip progresses, you can update these numbers. If you stop and pick somebody else up, you can increment a count. If somebody gets off, you can decrement a count by pressing the plus and minus button. And if the next stop is say you make a stop and you forget that you stopped there, and you forget to update this app, you can override a stop address. You can go down here and enter a different address, and it uses the Google mapping to so that will override the stop address. So now if we say we let somebody off here and we press save stop, it will save the stop, but at the overridden address. All right. Okay, so that's it. Every stop you update these counters, and you press the save stop to record that you did stop there. And then when you're done with the trip, you're back to your original location. You press end, and it saves that information that you've entered at the end, and it's done. So that is the app. It's just the only purpose, as I said, is to record trip information for the special needs adults that we transport from time to time. Okay, that's the end.